In this video, we will share 6 more Stoic principles to never be ignored again. You will become their first choice. You will be inevitably prioritized. You can see this video as a continuation of the previous one. You are not a pebble. So without further delay, let's start the video. You will like and subscribe in between. Principle 1. Cultivate self-compassion. In the realm of self-improvement, nurturing self-compassion stands as the first pillar of wisdom. It entails treating oneself with the same kindness and understanding one would offer to a close friend in times of struggle or failure. Research in psychology, particularly in the field of self-compassion pioneered by Dr. Christine Neff, reveals its profound benefits in promoting emotional resilience and well-being. Imagine a scenario where you've made a mistake at work and are feeling overwhelmed by self-criticism. Instead of harshly berating yourself, practicing self-compassion involves acknowledging your humanity, understanding that mistakes are inevitable, and offering yourself words of comfort and encouragement. By embracing self-compassion, you foster a nurturing inner dialogue that helps you bounce back from setbacks with greater resilience and self-assurance. Marcus Aurelius, the Stoic philosopher and Roman emperor, once remarked, "When you arise in the morning, think of what a precious privilege it is to be alive, to breathe, to think, to enjoy, to love." This sentiment encapsulates the essence of self-compassion, reminding us to cherish our inherent worth and treat ourselves with the gentleness and understanding we deserve. Practicing self-compassion isn't an indulgence. It's a necessary foundation for personal growth and emotional well-being. Just as a gardener tends to delicate seedlings with care, nurturing self-compassion allows us to cultivate resilience and flourish amidst life's challenges. Principle 2. Embrace vulnerability. In the journey of self-discovery and connection with others, embracing vulnerability emerges as the second guiding principle. It involves having the courage to show up authentically, even when it means risking rejection or disappointment. Dr. Brené Brown's groundbreaking research on vulnerability highlights its pivotal role in fostering genuine connections and cultivating resilience. Consider a scenario where you're hesitant to share your creative work with others for fear of criticism or rejection. Embracing vulnerability means acknowledging your fears and insecurities, yet courageously stepping into the arena, knowing that vulnerability is the birthplace of innovation and creativity. By embracing vulnerability, you invite others to connect with you on a deeper level, fostering meaningful relationships based on authenticity and trust. Seneca, the Stoic philosopher, once remarked, "Difficulties strengthen the mind as labor does the body." This wisdom underscores the transformative power of vulnerability, challenging us to lean into discomfort and uncertainty in pursuit of growth and connection. Embracing vulnerability isn't about seeking validation or approval from others. It's about honoring our truth and owning our experiences, flaws, and imperfections. Just as a butterfly emerges from its cocoon, embracing vulnerability allows us to shed the armor of self-protection and embrace the fullness of our humanity, leading to profound personal growth and richer, more meaningful relationships. Principle 3. Cultivate compassionate communication. As we navigate the intricate web of human interactions, cultivating compassionate communication emerges as the third principle guiding our journey. It entails not only expressing ourselves with kindness and empathy, but also listening deeply and empathetically to others. Psychological studies have shown that compassionate communication fosters trust, understanding, and emotional intimacy in relationships. By actively listening to others without judgment and responding with empathy and understanding, we create a safe space for open dialogue and mutual respect. Imagine a workplace where colleagues communicate with compassion, acknowledging each other's perspectives and offering support during challenging times. By cultivating compassionate communication, they foster a culture of collaboration, trust, and psychological safety, leading to greater job satisfaction and productivity. Seneca once said, "We are more often frightened than hurt, and we suffer more in imagination than in reality." This insight reminds us of the transformative power of compassionate communication in alleviating misunderstandings and resolving conflicts peacefully. Cultivating compassionate communication requires cultivating self-awareness and mindfulness, tuning into our own emotions and intentions while remaining attuned to the feelings and needs of others. By practicing compassionate communication, we cultivate deeper connections, foster emotional well-being, and contribute to a more harmonious and compassionate world. Just a quick reminder, if you're enjoying this video, please consider like and subscribe, and thanks a lot if you did already. Moving on. Principle 4. Cultivate resilience through adversity. In the pursuit of becoming indispensable in the lives of others, cultivating resilience through adversity emerges as the fourth guiding principle. It involves developing the inner strength and fortitude to navigate challenges and setbacks with grace and determination. Psychological studies consistently show that individuals who possess resilience are better equipped to cope with stress, bounce back from failures, and adapt to changing circumstances. By embracing resilience, we empower ourselves to face life's inevitable challenges with courage and optimism. Consider the story of a young entrepreneur who faces numerous setbacks while building their business. Instead of being deterred by failures, they view each obstacle as an opportunity for growth and learning. Through resilience, they persevere, adapt their strategies, and eventually achieve success, inspiring others with their resilience and determination. The wisdom of Marcus Aurelius resonates deeply in this context. The obstacle is the way. This philosophical insight reminds us that adversity can serve as a catalyst for personal growth and transformation if we approach it with resilience and determination. Cultivating resilience through adversity requires patience, self-reflection, and a willingness to embrace discomfort. It involves developing coping strategies, seeking support from others, and maintaining a positive outlook even in the face of challenges. By cultivating resilience, we not only strengthen ourselves, but also become sources of inspiration and support for those around us. We demonstrate that setbacks are not roadblocks, but opportunities for growth, and that through resilience, we can overcome any obstacle that comes our way. Principle 5. Embrace vulnerability as strength. In our journey to become indispensable in the lives of others, embracing vulnerability as strength emerges as the fifth guiding principle. Contrary to popular belief, vulnerability is not a sign of weakness, but rather a courageous act that fosters genuine connections and fosters personal growth. Remember, the psychological research, particularly the work of Brené Brown, highlights the transformative power of vulnerability in building authentic relationships and cultivating resilience. When we allow ourselves to be vulnerable, we open ourselves up to deeper emotional connections and experiences of empathy and understanding. Imagine a scenario where someone bravely shares their insecurities and fears with a trusted friend or loved one. Instead of judgment or rejection, they receive empathy, support, and validation. This act of vulnerability strengthens their bond and fosters a sense of trust and intimacy. Marcus Aurelius, in his Meditations, reflects on the virtue of humility and the importance of embracing our imperfections. He reminds us that vulnerability is not a flaw, but a reflection of our shared humanity. By embracing vulnerability, we demonstrate authenticity and honesty in our relationships, inviting others to do the same. It allows us to cultivate deeper connections and create spaces where individuals feel seen, heard, and valued for who they truly are. In essence, embracing vulnerability as strength requires courage and self-compassion. It involves letting go of the fear of judgment and embracing our authentic selves, flaws and all. Through vulnerability, we not only enrich our relationships, but also foster personal growth and resilience. Principle 6. Embrace radical self-compassion. In the pursuit of becoming indispensable in the lives of others, practicing radical self-compassion emerges as a crucial principle. This involves treating oneself with kindness, understanding, and acceptance, especially in moments of difficulty or failure. Remember the psychological studies, such as those conducted by Dr. Kristin Neff, emphasize the profound benefits of self-compassion on mental well-being and resilience. When we extend the same kindness to ourselves that we would to a close friend, we build emotional resilience and inner strength. If someone makes a joke about you, laugh with them. It's not about taking yourself lightly. It's about knowing your true worth and understanding the limit. Consider a scenario where someone faces a setback or makes a mistake. Instead of harsh self-criticism or self-blame, they respond with self-compassion and a touch of humor. They acknowledge their humanity and offer themselves words of encouragement and support, perhaps even finding the humor in the situation. This compassionate self-talk, taking things lightly, fosters a sense of inner peace and empowerment, enabling them to bounce back from challenges with greater resilience. The Stoic philosopher Epictetus, known for his teachings on personal freedom and resilience, emphasized the importance of self-awareness and self-acceptance. He encouraged individuals to cultivate a compassionate attitude towards themselves, recognizing their inherent worth and dignity. And perhaps he might have appreciated the value of a good laugh along the way. Practicing radical self-compassion with a touch of humor involves embracing imperfection and recognizing that mistakes are an inevitable part of the human experience. It means treating oneself with kindness, understanding, and a healthy dose of laughter. By infusing self-compassion with humor, we not only cultivate a deep sense of self-worth and inner peace, but also learn to take ourselves a little less seriously. It allows us to navigate life's challenges with greater resilience, authenticity, and a smile on our face, fostering deeper connections with others along the way. Now it's about time I must go, but we will meet again with another video. Peace.